Hey, what's up guys, it's Offbeat here and welcome to another episode of Behind the Bars, where this week I'm talking about my new track, Self-Help. Now as usual, I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who has supported the track already, but I'm particularly grateful this week because I honestly wasn't sure how this one was going to be taken. It's pretty different to my normal stuff in that the subject matter is quite obscure and also the beat is just very different and it's not the usual sort of swingy type of thing. So yeah, I'm very pleased with the comments that you guys have left. And relieved that you guys like it, so thank you very much for the support. So Self-Help is a story about an archetypal self-help guru and it's told through like a one-sided conversation with one of his customers / victims. Now before I start, I know there are lots of honest and very hard-working coaches and therapists and speakers out there who are genuinely helping people. And this track isn't intended to offend or insult them in any way, but by the same token there are a lot of frauds and charlatans in this game as well. So unfortunately, because self-help is something that people tend to look for when they're feeling vulnerable, it's very easy to take advantage of those sorts of people. And at the end of the day, the self-help market is like a multi-billion-dollar industry. So you've only got to go into a bookshop and just look at the mountains of books they've got in there to see for yourself just how lucrative this sort of stuff is. So the more of these books and websites and courses that you see, the more patterns start to emerge. So from what I can tell, the standard model seems to be make a vague promise that you can fix whatever problem that person has, usually with some sort of system or code or tool. Give them a free taster that includes just enough to get them hooked, but not the whole answer. Sell the rest at an extortionately high price and then question their commitment if they resist. Pressure them into saying it worked and blame them if they say it hasn't. And then finally at the end, get them to become a practitioner and resell the same thing to other people. Now I remember stumbling across one of these gurus a little while back and I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to give him any free advertising, but I was looking at his website and he literally ticked every single one of those boxes that I just said, and it was laughable, man. It was so transparent, and it just made me think like this would be a great idea for a song, but also this is an industry that definitely needs to have the piss taken out of it a little bit. So because this song's come just after Prohibition, I've had a couple of comments from people asking if I'm turning into a bad guy because I've played a couple of like villainous characters in the last two songs. And that's something that I love about music because it means you can use different characters to like explore different ideas and subjects. So even though I obviously don't agree with what this character is doing or saying, I'm using it as a vehicle to express my feelings about that particular industry. But also it's just fun to write these kind of characters as well, like no matter what you say, bad guys are always fun to watch and to listen to. So as some of you have noticed and pointed out as well, this track uses the riff from the song Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. Now when I was actually writing it, I had this song just playing kind of in my head. I don't know why, like it must have been on the telly or something like that recently, but I could just really hear it in my head as I was writing along. But I didn't know what the track was at the time, or what it was called, so it was driving me nuts trying to find out, and eventually I had to ring one of my mates and hum it down the phone and ask what it was. And when I found out it was called Personal Jesus, I just thought like, this is perfect, because the character's kind of like basically promising to be that customer's personal Jesus in order to get the sale, so I just thought it was really, really fitting. Okay, so the extra L in Self-Help was originally just supposed to be like a little joke, basically saying that this industry only cares about selling to people. I thought that was pretty obvious, but apparently not. Ever since I released the little preview for this a month or so ago, I've had comments from people, including my own mum, pointing out the fact that there's a typo. So I just want to put on the record once and for all that yes guys, the extra L is deliberate, okay? So my favourite lyrics in this song are probably
Have you read the reviews? Have you seen what they say? Like one lucky guy who was contacted by a Nigerian prince the very next day?
And the reason I like that lyric is because it's a reference to another very well-known scam, but in this context the character's taken that, used it as a testimonial basically, and tried to twist it and make it seem like it's a good thing. And then my other favourite line is,
for a small investment, you can become a tutor and teach the system to even more victims. Whoops, I mean to valued consumers.
And the reason I like that is just because it's the first time and the only time in the song that the character actually lets his mask drop and admits that he's conning people. So that's it for this week's episode of Behind the Bars. Thanks very much for watching. If you've got any comments or any questions, anything that I didn't cover, leave a comment below and I'll do my best to get back to you. And also, if you haven't, please hit subscribe because it helps me build my audience basically and just lets me keep doing more music and more videos, which is what I want to be doing. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching and I'll catch you guys soon. Cheers.